Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today, focusing in on positive self-esteem and self-belief and how important that is to create and establish, especially after experiencing narcissistic abuse, either at the hands of a covert or overt narcissist. Realize that the narcissist, someone who has an inflated sense of self and a lack of empathy, that we've really sort of looked into here on this channel, realize that their goal is to maintain a series of relationships that serve as supply. In essence, support people who reflect back and admire back to them, admiration, keeping them at the center of attention. It's a very one-directional or one-sided relationship where, in essence, you're reflecting back how great the narcissist is. And it's also usually generally to the deprivation or reciprocity of you as the codependent or the supply source person. So realizing that the narcissist seeks a whole posse or inner circle of people who will continue to keep them in that position of power, where they have an insatiable need to have power and control over others. And really to the point that they will hurt others, exploit others, backstab, create splitting behavior, smear campaigns, all these sort of tactics to continue to keep them in that coveted position of superiority. So realizing this, realize that the narcissist will try to keep you down, in essence, in a state of inferiority or insecurity or low self-esteem. Because if they're able to do that and keep you down here, they're able to be up here. So it's a very sort of strange pathology. It's an insatiable need. It's something that's not going to change in them. So they're going to continue to perpetuate thoughts, beliefs about you, behaviors, treatment to keep you down. So it can be smear campaigns. It can be pathological lying. It could be name calling. It could be blame shifting, brainwashing, depersonalization, all these various tactics that are meant to keep you confused, befuddled, criticized, and essentially, in this sort of negative, toxic self-esteem state. So realize that, this, when you see this expressed by the narcissist, it's essentially to keep you down. It has nothing to do with reality. It's meant just to serve them and their narcissistic needs. So it's very important to separate from that and realize that your self-esteem has to come from an internal locus of control. So it has to be really originated from within you. That locus of control means a center. A locus means the location. So the location of your true self-esteem has to be arrived at within and really sort of created within the internal solar plexus, which is formed really between, where your rib cage comes together. That is your solar plexus, and that is your energy source, really where your self-esteem is thought to originate. So really getting in touch with that and feeling that experience of unconditional self-acceptance and self-love has to really begin and originate in feelings that come from that. And then also followed by, your belief in and of your self-belief and your self-esteem as they combine. So realize that the narcissist will try to corrode or sever you from your self-belief. So they will try to increase that insecurity, that self-doubt, those negative messages that we were describing in previous videos, those negative, that negative self-talk, and that what they have instilled in negative self-programming, negative self-conditioning. So realize that the recovery process is going to really be involved with recovering that positive self-belief, belief in and of yourself. So that has to be really the focus of your healing, which oftentimes comes at separating from the narcissist and all that negative, toxic mirroring that they have instilled in you, and getting to and arriving at that positive self-belief and then in turn, positive self-talk. So really the quantum model of healing really looks at the experience of feeling positive and experiencing that positive self-belief in and of yourself, knowing that you're an independent person who is, by divine right, has the right to live, the right to life, the right to have positive self-esteem as connected to your true source, and then embracing your own inherent good qualities, your inherent gifts, your inherent values, and that all the behaviors that stem from that, really you begin to develop that individuation and then identification with others who also are coming from that same source, will then help you expand and solidify that positive self-experience in life, and really put you in touch with your life purpose and your identity moving forward. And I know that this is a lot. I know that this is kind of like advanced healing, but I think as you become more familiar with these terms and these experiences, it'll begin to kind of soak in and kind of simmer inside of you, and it'll begin to resonate with you and begin to make sense. So, first is awareness, and then the second is realizing your inherent connection to a higher source, really where you're able to experience self-belief, believing in yourself, in your abilities, in your values, in your connection with life and what you truly love and are truly find value in, and then developing that through individuation, which means becoming in and of yourself, your own person, and then connecting with others through identification, which means getting in touch with others who are also connected to that internal source and reflecting of all those positive values in you. I mean, this can be a spiritual organization, a religious organization, a work organization, a volunteer organization, having to do with all sorts of various activities that help keep in touch and enhance those positive qualities, those positive experience, and help building up true self-esteem, which cannot be corroded at the hands of a toxic person or a narcissist. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.